Hello and welcome viewers to NewsBharati exclusive talk show. Today we have a very famous industrialist who is doing the business of language services, and he is giving these services to whole world and from Pune, and his name is Mr. Sunil Kulkarni. Welcome Sunil Kulkarni ji. And my first question is, what is the name of this organization who is giving these language services?
So thanks a lot to NewsBharati today for having us at the studio. My name is Sunil Kulkarni and I represent Fidel Soft Limited. So we are a company based out of Pune, and we are in the field of LangTech as languages and technology. So we work in not just Indian languages, but we cover almost 100 plus foreign languages as well. These services, when we say languages and services, typically people think of just translation or interpretation, but LangTech is beyond that, and there are a lot of applications, or there are a lot of usages around that. We are one of the premium companies from Pune, which started its origin in Pune and Japan. And last few years we are known as also, or rather working as a bridge between Japan and India as well. And basically what we saw is countries like Japan, Germany, they have progressed while maintaining their language and culture, and they have progressed well in technologies. And there we felt that similar can be tried out in India as well. Pune is known for education as an education hub, and we were able to set up a firm here and then start. It's almost 18 plus years now. We are working in this field, and we are happy to be here. Thanks.
Great. So you mentioned this LangTech. So what exactly you need for these services?
Correct. So basically when we say language and technology, or linguistics and technology, let me share some use case or typical what work we do or what work we see in the industry. So basically these days everybody is going online. People are purchasing goods online on, say, e-commerce sites. And if there's an issue, people call the call centers. Initially the call centers people would be humans taking the call. But as things scale up, adding those many people is not very kind of makes sense economically as well. So now companies are looking at chatbots. Initial again chatbots were very rule based. Now chatbots are AI driven, where they'll try to understand what the person is speaking and try to answer. And there again, to understand that call that has come in Hindi, and in Hindi again you'll see flavors of Hindi, Hyderabadi Hindi, Bombaya Hindi, and so on. So the AI engines of these chatbots have to be trained in multilingual. There now suddenly you can see language and technology coming together. This is one use case. These days we hear about connected cars or autonomous cars. Again, these cars, they are supposed to be thinking like, because they have AI engines, don't have a driver. So now they have to think, and then that AI engine, there's a domain or area called ADAS, which has again creating data to train these engines. We again are part of working in these areas, and so on. So there are many such applications that one can see. Call center data, companies use sentiment analysis on this, so that feedback gets reported to the internal customer experience departments. Again, language and technology comes in. So there are huge these days intersection of technology and language, and hence the term LangTech. These days every function of our organization, you can see sales, HR getting invaded by technology, or you have to leverage technology. So that's why sales tech, HR tech, and hence LangTech. Now there again, just to answer the second part, you can baseline of course is technology, and then we try to leverage language. We try to get people who know Japanese language or Marathi or Hindi, or vice versa. We have people who have strong language background and then who can use technology.
Okay.
So typically this combination is needed to come into this industry or to who work in
Support this
this.
industry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who all are the now your customer? Earlier, your customers are from corporate or from normal education medium, academy. Sorry.
So typically our customers are B2B or B2C customers. So if we talk about India, it could be e-commerce giants, the retail stores who now typically e-commerce started with the tier 1 cities, be it Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, and then now all these companies are trying to go to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities. There again, the last mile delivery has to be in be it your SMS, be it your UI, everything people need in local languages. So in India, we see a lot of demand from these companies. Overseas, we see a lot of B2B. So any software company, when they develop a software, typically it gets developed for local market first. That's in English. And then when companies want to go to Asia or to Europe, they have to localize or internationalize it for multiple languages. Where again, a lot of language, technology, testing, everything comes into play. So B2B, typically the overseas, we have B2B customers. In India, of course, we have B2C customers as well.
Can you name some companies from overseas and from India?
Due to confidentiality, etc., I might not name all, but let's say in Europe, we are SAP. We work with SAP for almost 10 plus years. In India, Flipkart, Big Basket, DMart are few of our customers where we work regularly.
Great. So all these customers are with you right now, and whom you want to reach now?
So one is, of course, the biggies, etc. We work with regularly, and they also have their own partners and vendors. But our what we believe is the Indian SME segment, MSMEs, SMEs who have good products or good services and want to go overseas or being seen by overseas customers, they could actually leverage our services as well. So for example, when we work with Japan, many of the Japanese customers, they are interested in India. They are searching for some solution or some, say, manufacturing part maker in India. But when they search on the internet, they search in Japanese language, for example. So that time, whether they are able to find your company would be the key. So there, if somebody is interested to target, say, or want business from Korea or Latin America, so if they are able to localize their at least website or collaterals in that particular language or for that particular market, say Korean language or Chinese or Japanese, then I think they can again they can make themselves ready for that market or that customers.
Absolutely.
So I believe that at least if we look at Japan, all big major automotive companies are in India. Big players are coming here, but the SME segment, Japanese segment, they also, I think sooner or later they'll come here, and there if our industry is also ready from that perspective, it would really benefit, and then we are there to support.
Right. Now, one latest market is now for India is a defense market. So defense export is going little bit very fast in today's scenario. So many small scale industries or maybe the MSMEs are want to supply defense sector to other countries. For them, I think your services are very much required.
Absolutely. Meaning, when the moment you want to go overseas, and these are very, what you can say, controlled industry. And so, if you want to work with Japan, for example, Japan industry wants you to be ready to be engage them in their own language, be it contracts, be it NDAs, be it manuals, be it support. So whenever we are, let's say, selling something to someone, next question from the buyer is always that how are you going to support us? So are the support manuals, it could be training videos, it could be whatever, meaning. And as we know, defense industry is growing and they want to go overseas, there again, being ready with this language
support.
would be very important and would be very helpful.
So let me want in one explanation. What is the translation and what is your LangTech?
So, meaning pure vanilla language, people earlier the translation would be done over pen and pencil as well. And so, translation or language, translation or the language part is one part, meaning the at the same time how this language gets stored in database, how people search it, how people are able to find it. There again, the technology aspect comes in, and there we work regularly, and that's where I think that combination of linguistics and technology together is what we are calling it LangTech.
Okay, okay. So it is different and it is very much required for today's business concepts.
Correct. Meaning many times, even if you do localize your website in say Hindi or Japanese, whether the user is able to find it, which means you will need multilingual SEO, for example, or if user comes to your website, are they able to find that particular product in your database, and so on. So there we work with customers, understand what their objective is, and then try to see what solution fits for. Yeah.
Okay. So this Fidel Tech technology and Fidel Tech Soft Tech, these companies are present in India and Japan.
Primarily, we work in India. Meaning we have a base in India, and we work, of course, with not just Japan, but we have customers in Europe, US, other markets as well. Yeah.
Okay. And these are the services mostly used by the big, large companies, and SMEs are want to be with you, or they may require your services. For them, how they can approach you, or how you can say them that you are there.
Correct. So basically, we also look at opportunity to work or interact with SMEs, MSMEs. We regularly participate in events. We do webinars. We work with MCCI or local bodies as well to create awareness. We have an office in Kalyani Nagar, Pune, where of course customers and many times they visit us, or through our website as well. We can connect with all these clients or prospects and see mainly more than like as I mentioned, our idea is how we can create more awareness, how we can help. Many times we might not be the solution provider for them, but at least if they are able to find what they actually need, I think that's a win-win for all.
You need a little bit awareness kind of with them,
Correct.
everyone.
Correct.
And you want to share your views and your ideas with them, so that they can help. They can get the help from you.
Correct. Correct.
So now my second question is, if at all a new person want to have a career in this LangTech, what you can guide them?
Correct. So first of all, one is earlier many of us who have had primary education in local languages, we always had that fear of learning English when we came into junior college, and that's where we always have that fear about and we never tried to leverage our own mother tongue. We forgot that after we say graduated, and then we are trying to use commercialize English language as a tool. But now we feel that at least if there is a student, he or she can start first with writing that I know, say, Assamese, or I am fluent in Marathi. And because for us, many times, if there are two people who know Java language, for example, but somebody is more proficient in Hindi, and then Java and Hindi together is a more suitable candidate for us as well. So my request to people who want to, or candidates who want to come into this industry is, first is whatever language, mother tongue they have, they can highlight that, leverage that. Second is ability to use tools. So for example, not everybody can or should be a programmer or anything. Many times, ability to use technology. So say when we are working with mobile makers, mobile manufacturers, and we are testing emojis for, because say when you write say tomato, then tomato emoji should come up, for example. Now this, for this testing, somebody who is very proficient in using mobile or typing local language is a good candidate for us, for the industry. So ability to use different technologies and your native home again helps. Learning foreign languages at young age. So there are a lot of people who are studying Japanese, German, Korean in India now, Chinese. So again, highlighting those languages again helps. And of course, on technology side, there is a huge demand on like different programming languages. Mainly having a inclination or flair towards languages and technology. It helps. I mean, having that starts as a baseline, and then of course, sky is the limit. You can. There's a lot to learn in this field.
So technology is required, but it may be a little bit also is preferable.
Correct. It's but not that everybody has to program.
Right.
You can be a user as well,
Right.
or you can be a good someone who has a good feel of about user experience and yeah.
So we'll continue this discussion after when you are coming back to India, and I think viewers, you should know this LangTech is your new career for your entire family. So be with Fidel Tech Technology and be with NewsBharati. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.